How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're jumping right into some live Legend League attacks using Fireball into Rocketloons. And as you guys can see, I finished number 70 global last season. And yeah, very happy with that. Another double-digit placement. And as you'll see shortly, I kind of threw my final day of attacks. I got 256 on offense, one starred, bunch of high percentages as well. The day before that, I also one starred ITzu and got 284, which considering the one star was actually pretty decent. But yeah, through the final day away and wasn't able to get top 50, which I was kind of trying to push for. But regardless, as I said, I'm pretty happy with what I had going on last season. And yeah, this is the army that I've been using. For anyone who's interested, I'll link it in the description of the video for anyone who wants to try it out. But yeah, without any further ado, let's jump right into the attacks. And real quick, as I was mentioning in my previous video, as part of the 10k sub giveaway, I'll be doing a bunch of giveaways. And in today's video, we're going to be giving away 3 books of Clash sceneries. All you guys have to do to enter is leave a comment down below, leave a like, and obviously be subscribed. And I'll pick the winners by the next video. So we're going to start off with this ring base that I'm sure everyone has seen. It's a very common Legends base at the moment. And the key here with Fireball Rocketloons is try to get the heroes into the town hall. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to set up a really wide funnel using your Flame Flinger. And as you'll see, I'll set up a Flame Flinger onto the right side. Now, you could do the totem spell trick here onto the X-bow if you want. I would actually prefer to do that. Here in this attack, I decide to just snipe the X-bow out using 5 Rocketloons, which is fine as well, but yeah, totem spell might be a little bit easier. And yeah, here I set up an early fireball. I don't want to fight the ricochet cannon, honestly, because, well, the fireball onto the air sweeper is going to take it out anyways, so what's the point of fighting the ricochet? You could just take it out at a distance. So that's what I opt to do. And as you'll see, this Flame Flinger with a couple of archers in behind is going to create a really nice funnel for my heroes, which I will send into the enemy king. And yeah, at this point, I funnel my wooden to go down towards the fire spitter. He's going to be approaching from behind the fire spitter, which is a nice bonus. And yeah, at this point, we're quite ready to start the heroes. I should start in a second. And yeah, the key here is also to open up the walls to the town hall. So you want to try to keep the king close to the walls if you can. And yeah, by trimming out the outside buildings, you'll be able to do that. In this attack, it did not quite go to plan because my king kind of went a little bit on the outside, and I don't think I was patient enough with his ability here. Like, as you'll see, I popped it here, which maybe I could have waited, because as you see, those walls did not get opened up to the town hall, so the queen is going to just ignore the town hall completely, and she's going to walk around. But I do have a recall spell, which I could use onto the warden to grab the town hall to secure the 2-star. And I still obviously have the minion prince, so I'm going to set him up to have his ability hopefully go through the monolith plus the multi-gear tower in a second. And yeah, at this point, 50 seconds, I do have a recall, which I will just use at the top side just to make sure I grab the town hall, because I've had instances where I just swagged the recall and I ended up 1-starring, so I'm not going to take those chances. I'm just going to send the warden for the town hall. Hopefully he can help out there. And we'll have the minion prince handle the bottom section of the base, and yeah, we're gonna get the triple. But again, if you open up those walls to the town hall, it's gonna be a much cleaner triple. Okay, so we have a diamond base. This one is a little bit tricky. I mean, you don't get huge amount of fireball value. You obviously, well, if you fireball the multi-arch tower, you're gonna get the CC. There's no point of fireballing the air, or what's it called, the multi-infernos, just because, I mean, that's going to get the exact same amount of value. It's going to damage the minion prince, but it's not, I don't think it's worth the extra spell. So I'm going to go for the multi-arch tower fireball. That gets enough value. And yeah, I saw there was quite a bit of Flame Flinger value at the top side. Well, just, I mean, solid value. What this Flame Flinger is going to do later on is push my heroes kind of into the base, which is kind of the whole point. And it's going to, take out one major defense, which is the Ricochet Cannon, which to me was justified with the investment of the siege. And yeah, the plan again, you want to generally just push the heroes into the town hall. That's kind of been the rule of thumb for me. And yeah, obviously you're going to have to be careful because there's a monolith on the right side. Plus, you also have the revenge tower in the back end. So you have to be careful. You have two totem spells to protect your hero dive. Usually I use them for that reason, not to protect the warden. I usually use a free spell for the warden, as you saw against the queen. But yeah, we're going to focus on the fireball here. It should be a relatively easy fireball. Even one invis. One invis is fine here. I do go safe um, onto the fire spitter. Don't think I needed it, but yeah, better be safe than sorry. And yeah, at this point we can start the hero dive. We're not recalling the warden yet, because he is safe. There's no point of recalling the warden. He's getting value on the left side, so once he gets into a little bit of trouble, then I will recall him if needed. But here I'm trying to funnel this monolith. I also sent in an ice golem to just try to tank for the Rocketloons to snipe it out. That way we take out that defense, and we also create good pathing for the queen to grab the town hall. And yeah, as you see, I'm using the totem spells to kind of tank a little bit for the hero dive. And actually the king gets the town hall. The warden is in trouble now, so I have to be extremely careful here. I do poison, which I guess was a little bit swagged because I ended up recalling the warden right after. But 50 seconds left. At around 50 to 45 seconds, I like to send in the minion prince because he is a little bit slower than the RC. So yeah, usually I try to send him a little bit earlier if I can. Very nice ability through that back end. And again, trying to keep the queen alive, trying to grab that final compartment. And with 30 seconds left, we're more than enough. We have the minion prince, we have the warden still alive, and the giant. So yeah, very nice. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this style of base is extremely tough. I mean, this is a version of this base that provides really good fireball value onto the builder hut in the core. As you see, I noticed that it gets the bomb hive, it gets the CC, it gets the revenge tower. So for this version of the base, I'm just going to go for that. And I will have to charge into the fire spitter, so I have to be careful. There's going to be a lot of damage on my warden. And yeah, I'm also going to hero dive the town hall. Again, you'll see a similar pattern. 98% of the times of attacks, I try to go for the town hall with the hero dive because the warden is just... I mean, he's extremely slow. If you charge the town hall, you're going to have to deal with the guardian with the warden, which has a lot of HP. So that's going to take like 45 seconds at least. And then you have the town hall, which is high HP as well. So in my opinion, it's just best to hero dive it. Here, a little bit of Flame Flinger value. I'm hoping that the Flame Flinger kind of goes left. Although it's not going to get the Ricochet Cannon, but it can get the Builder Hut. That would be decent. And I could have also set up a Flame Flinger at the top side, I think, for that Inferno Tower to just kind of provide a little bit of pathing for my hero dive as I push them into the town hall. But yeah, as you see here, I have to stay extremely careful with the double X-bow locked onto my warden, trimming out outside buildings that might pull the fireball. But here we should be set to do a triple in this fireball. 1, 2, 3, very nice. We take out the revenge tower, CC, and yeah, the bomb hive as well, which is really nice. And at this point, yeah, we're gonna recall the warden shortly. Again, I'm kind of waiting around. I'm not recalling him just yet because he can still get a little bit of value in that section. And as soon as he goes low HP, I just recall him out to the left side and yeah, let him do his thing on that side. And well, the plan at this point would be to send the minion prince onto the remaining section at 5 o'clock where the warden was, to make sure that we don't time fail. But here that rage was okay, I think. Wasn't terrible, but as you see, the queen kind of walks around a little bit, which kind of sucked. But luckily, the king actually got the town hall. And yeah, again, 50 seconds left. I do send the minion prince, and here I should invis the minion prince. Did I? I just let him go to ability, which I guess is okay as well. It's not the worst. But the queen went around, and she's kind of getting cooked by that fire spitter. So at this point, we're kind of struggling a little bit on time. We have the warden joining the giant, which isn't ideal. And yeah, maybe I should have used an invis onto the minion prince and delayed his ability a little bit, maybe. But yeah, unfortunately, as I said, this style of base is very toxic, and I never really enjoy attacking it with Fireball Rocketloons, but as long as I can get 92% or above, which is 30 cups, I'm okay with it. Okay, so here we catch a break. Actually, we get a Rage Invis core. These in general are the easier style of bases for Fireball into Rocketloons for obvious reasons, right? If you Fireball the core, you take out majority of the defenses, and yeah, 2 spell towers as well, which is great. And yeah, having said that, it's not a given triple, so you have to be very careful. You don't want to be overconfident because, well, in my experience, Town Hall 18 has not been easier than Town Hall 17 by any means. It feels harder with the Guardian, and I think that's also reflected in the defenses that I've had. Like in top 200, averaging 250 defense, Town Hall 18. Um, yeah, I think that kind of reflects that the difficulty of the Town Hall is a little bit harder than Town Hall 17, or people are just getting used to the Guardian. That also could be a factor for sure. Um, but yeah, my point is you don't want to be taking bases for granted. And here actually we have some spring traps. If you see spring traps like this one, like it's kind of a weird place for a spring trap, to be honest. Like I would never place a spring trap like that unless I'm sure that the RC charge was going in from 6 o'clock. But yeah, kind of weird spring traps, but you have to be careful if you see spring traps like that. Just be aware that they can take out the warden, so you have to be very careful in those areas. Since if there's one spring trap, there's probably more. Same goes for Teslas as well. Like if there's one Tesla in a spot, there's probably a few others around. And yeah, we did get the CC lure out, which is fine. And we're just going to do the Fireball. The Flame Flinger on the left, by the way, is again to make sure that the heroes go into the Town Hall, because that's the whole idea. You want to push the heroes into the Town Hall. You want the warden to grab the outside buildings and defenses. And yeah, hopefully triple. Here we get kind of a weird split of Ice Golems as well, which was kind of annoying. As you'll see in a second, my king did end up going to the left. Even after, setting up the funnel. I should have placed a baby dragon there on the gold mines to just funnel the king into the base. But yeah, he's gonna do his thing. The queen is not taking damage, which is quite nice. We're using the totem spells to protect her because the king is not doing anything. And yeah, so far it's looking pretty good. And that rage, by the way, that I'm about to place, I'm not sure if it was the best rage spell, but I did need to place it just for time reasons because, yeah, I have 40 seconds left, right? So when you're that short on time, here I opted to go for the Minion Prince with the Warden because I think that's actually a really solid way to speed things up if you can, or if you need to. And I think that's not a bad option in this case. Yeah, you see the damage output of this Minion Prince is insane. You have some cleanup on the back end with the Rage Tomb, and yeah, this base went down very quickly at the end. You see still a little bit of time left over, and yeah, yet another triple. So here is the base that ITzu was running, and as I said, I did one start. Now this base, I mean, I made an obvious mistake, and actually, this was on the second last day of the season. The next day, I also found this same base, and I'll share how I fixed the fail. I mean, it's an obvious mistake, and you'll see it here. He had the CC on the outside, which is kind of strange in my opinion. I'm assuming it's against the king. That's why he has 4 Rocketloons. I'm assuming also, well, against the warden as well, obviously, because 4 Rocketloons is just annoying to deal with. But here we lure out the CC nice and early. We get rid of that haste effect from the balloons. We poison them down, and we add a baby dragon to just kind of clean things up. So far it's looking pretty good, but at this point I was looking for Flame Flinger value, and I found it kind of in the same spot as with the first attack, where this X-Bow was kind of exposed. Now, I could have done a totem spell trick instead of wasting all of these Rocketloons. As you see, like, the amount of Rocketloons that went into this X-Bow is just insane. I mean, I pretty much spent all the Rocketloons here just trying to snipe it out. 2 Rocketloons left, so yeah. And also there's going to be a little bit of a Tesla farm at by the Monolith side. 2 more Rocketloons for the Mortar, and now I can set up a Flame Flinger. I also have to keep an eye out on the Warden, which I barely do. And at that point, yeah, I can set up like, why would I snipe out an X-Bow and set a Flame Flinger up there? I noticed there was a Royal Champion there, so I was like, oh, well, the Royal Champion is kind of on the outside and it might snipe my Flame Flinger. And yeah, I mean, the Fireball was good. I managed to save the Warden, yes, but now I wasted a ton of Rocketloons for absolutely no reason. And yeah, I mean, that's the obvious mistake here. I just wasted a bunch of rocket balloons, and yeah, at this point we just have to continue. Hopefully get the king ability off onto the X-Bow if we can, to open up that whole compartment. And yeah, hope for the best here, but yeah, definitely not the best start to the attack. And here we really don't set up that much of a funnel. As you see, we still have the scatter shot remaining, which will pull the queen. Unfortunately, the queen does not get lured by the guardian, which is kind of an annoying interaction. Like, you can shoot the queen even at a close distance, and she's not going to retarget like she would onto a hero. So yeah, I mean, the queen is going around here. I send the minion prince at the top to just try to speed things up. But as you see, I should pop the ability right here. Yeah, that's a very good ability. But as you see, 20 seconds left. I mean, I send the minion prince way too late. He's kind of getting destroyed right now by that air defense, and he is locked onto the king, which, yeah, really sucks. I'm trying to wall break the queen desperately into this town hall, but yeah, unfortunately, we're just gonna run out of time, and we're gonna end up gifting him a 1-star defense. So yeah, let's move on to the next one and fix this fail. So this is the same base, and I'm just going to speed through this. I'm not going to do the entire attack again. As you see, I just snipe out the mortar at the top section of the base. I lure out the CC, do exactly the same thing here, and I'm going to do the warden charge from the same side. There were no Rocketloons in there, so it made it a little bit easier, I guess. But yeah, in terms of investment, it was kind of similar. And yeah, gonna have to keep an eye out on the warden for sure. And I knew there was a little Tesla farm here, so I lured it out right away, used a bunch of Rocketloons there to save myself from using an Invis potentially onto it. And skipping to the Fireball part, very nice Fireball. Also, make sure you Invis that Builder Hut. It's a bit of a troll Builder Hut, because if you hit it, you're not going to get that much Fireball value, so you kind of have to Invis it to make sure that you get most of the defenses in the core. But yeah, as you see, I went for a slightly different hero dive. So because my Flame Flinger was kind of offset a little bit to the top side, it created a better funnel for my heroes so that they had no chance to go around like the queen did in my previous attack. So a little adjustment here with the Flame Flinger placement and the hero dive. This rage, by the way, was kind of swagged. I mean, was not necessary whatsoever. I could have saved that rage for the core of the base, at least the town hall part. And yeah, still have the recall spell, still have got the minion prince, and yeah, we get the 3-star. All right, we're gonna switch things up. We're gonna have a double rage base. This one, yes, it's quite toxic, but once you know the crack for this base, it's pretty much a guaranteed 3-star. Now, here again with the when it comes to like priority of the fireball, you want to fireball the CC or the Revenge Tower. So big difference between Town Hall 17. At Town Hall 17, I would just fireball the Rage Tower and call it there. But with Town Hall 18, I want to get, as I said, the CC or the Revenge Tower with the fireball. So I'm gonna Warden Charge into the Ricochet Cannon and the X-Bow. So I'm gonna take out part of the Rage compartment here. And if I have to invest a Rage, that's perfectly fine because the Rage Tower will probably get activated by the Sneezy. And yeah, it's going to be okay to invest the Rage because we're going to fireball the Scatter Shot. Or at least we're going to aim for the Scatter Shot because that's going to get us the CC and that's going to get us the Revenge Tower. And obviously it's going to get the Inferno, the Multi-Gear Tower, and yeah, some small defenses around it. Here, yeah, I was a little bit greedy, I think. I probably should have used that free spell a little bit earlier. Spring Traps, again, be very careful. I mean, in this, if you're charging into a Rage compartment, you will for sure need a Rage investment into your Warden Charge. You're planning to take out multiple defenses in it. And as soon as that X-Bow goes down, we're pretty much good to go with a triple Invis Fireball. Because that air defense also needs to be Invis. Yeah, very good. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Fireball right onto the CC and the Revenge Tower. We take it out. I could have waited a split second longer here to take out the multi-arch tower, but I just recalled the Warden out and added a couple of Rocketloons to finish it off. And we're going to recall the Warden to the left now. Lately, I've just been recalling the Warden into the Hero Dive here because, well, time is usually not an issue on this base, so you don't really need to split your heroes up. You can just add the Warden with the healers right into the Hero Dive, and he's going to provide really good support for them. And you're going to send the Minion Prince from the bottom, from behind the Fire Spitters, and, well, hopefully angle it so that the Minion Prince ability goes through the Rage compartment. As you see here, okay, target right onto this Fire Spitter. I should pop the ability here, to be honest. I'm not sure why exactly I'm waiting here, but yeah, I'm waiting around a little bit, and as soon as that as soon as that Spitter goes down, we'll pop the ability, and we'll get another 3-star. Right, so to wrap things up, I do want to show my 1-stars as well because, well, I'm just trying to be realistic here, and I do 1-star quite a bit, more than I would like, honestly. And breaking these attacks down, I think, helps for sure learn what you could improve. And here, as I mentioned in my previous attack, you want to go for a Fireball onto the CC or the Revenge Tower. You can get both, like I can in this case. For sure, go for both. And yeah, very good Fireball here. And I see a bit of Flame Flinger value at the top. Now, looking back at this base, there was so much more Flame Flinger value at that Wizard Tower at like 3 o'clock, kind of 2 o'clock, 2:30-ish. So that was the big mistake with this one. As you'll see, what ends up happening is that I end up doing the Fireball correctly, and I end up Hero Diving into the Fire Spitters, which is fine, but the lack of a funnel is going to make it so that the heroes go all the way around into the Scattershot compartment. And yeah, that's not great. If I had a Flame Flinger kind of on the right side where the where I mentioned at like 2 o'clock, that would have funneled all those buildings and that would have pushed my heroes right into the Town Hall. So that's the big mistake with this one. And also, the Flame Flinger really did not get all that much value. I mean, it got the multi-arch tower plus a couple of other small buildings, but honestly, if you compare it to what I could have gotten at 2 o'clock, it's not comparable. And on top of, the funnel that it would have set up, it's definitely, yeah, as I said, definitely a big mistake here. I'm trying to wall break these wall breakers in, but the poison spell tower plus this multi plus I think the fire spitter or whatever it was that was hitting them just made them die too early. Here I also invis the king to make sure that his ability goes as deeply into the base as possible. Maybe it was a bit of a swag because the defense that he was hitting was already low HP, so kind of a small mess up there. And also using the leftover ice block to just heal up the warden, which is nice investment. And yeah, the queen, as I said, the queen and the king just kind of go around the base. No funnel set up for the heroes, so definitely got only myself to blame for this 1-star. I mean, for sure, a mistake that could have been avoided. Here, I just send the minion prince, trying to, hope for a miracle save. But yeah, the jelly unfortunately is level 10, so the jelly is going to last for quite a while, which is definitely a downside. If you have a level 8 jelly, I would recommend just keeping it level 8, because in these cases, having the jelly run out 5 seconds earlier might be the difference between a 2-star and a 1-star.